Welcome to ODR. I am your host, Unreal Dean, and joining me today is the ever wonderful wise master Shinwashi,
What's up, guys?
along with the ever amazing, manly Storm Cool.
Happy to be here,
Alright, so today's episode is a little bit more special, something a little different from what we regularly do, and it is a news episode. Woo-hoo. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening recently.
Wait, this just in.
Improv. So we got a lot of news, Marvel, Star Wars, just Disney, pretty much, since Disney pretty much owns everything these days.
They're coming for you, Sony.
Oh yeah. And that's part of the news. So let's get on with it. So one of the biggest news, if not the biggest news that we know of now, is the fact that Spider-Man is out of the MCU. That came as a shock for me.
Well, allegedly.
Yeah.
There's still talks.
They've shut it down. Sony has voiced that they hope they can revisit this at a later stage. But Disney all but confirmed, and Kevin Feige made it perfectly clear, they'll not be going forward with Spider-Man in the MCU. When I initially had seen this, because when this happened, this was news. This was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I had initially thought that maybe Sony was the one that was instigating this, maybe wanting more or to get more.
Yeah, I think some people have the idea of maybe they saw the success of Spider-Man and they figured that they were going to capitalize on the hype and just bring Spider-Man back and they do their own thing.
But it was not like that.
Yeah.
Because Sony actually wanted the deal to go through. They wanted to create a new deal, a longer deal, or renew the deal that they currently have, and have Spider-Man still involved in the MCU, to be brought over from time to time in different movies, and crossed over, and then also for Disney, but most importantly Kevin Feige, to have that director role in the Sony movies, just to give them, direction, where to go and what to do, and then obviously also use the story that they've been using from the MCU and still use it in Spider-Man. So they wanted this to happen. They really wanted this to happen. And what they have said is that Kevin Feige has way too many new additions to Phase 4. And he has just got no more time on his hands for him to be looking after the Spider-Man franchise.
I don't get that so much. I mean, Spider-Man is part of the MCU. It's part of everything. So he's already been there.
Yeah.
So
We've worked so hard
plus Spider-Man
to get
is
this far.
Yeah. And he's one of the most popular.
And now in the end game, it doesn't even matter.
So it's like, why bring him back? I mean, Spider-Man is one of the most popular, characters out there.
Yeah.
Since Tobey Maguire days.
Even amongst people,
Most relatable.
Yeah, I mean, even amongst people who aren't comic book fans.
Yeah, I know.
They don't know Spider-Man.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, he's one of you got Superman, Batman, Spider-Man are among the most recognizable comic book characters ever. And Spider-Man is, he's more grounded. Everybody just laces Spider-Man instantly. I mean, better than, I would say, Batman and Superman.
He's the most normal out of all of them. He's a pleb, he's poor, he has to work a normal job,
Yeah.
he has to take care of his aunt,
Yeah.
he has to take care of his uncle. That didn't go so well because of all the working he had to do. Think about it.
Yeah. Plus, I've actually heard, Stanley himself, I heard, an actual interview with him where Stanley actually said that the reason why he made Spider-Man the way he is, so relatable, is the fact that you don't actually, it's the costume. You don't actually see any actual, skin, so you can actually, it's more, you can actually put yourself into that character role.
That's awesome.
So under that mask, it could be anybody. That's what Stanley was going for in that role. Plus, he's more relatable to the everyday man, which is like more everybody out there, just your normal everyday Joe. So I'm kind of surprised overall.
I'll say,
And I have to say, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, yeah.
He was amazing. He's amazing as Spider-Man.
He is probably one of the best.
Yeah.
I really liked Andrew Garfield,
I loved Andrew Garfield.
but Tom
I enjoyed
Holland.
him.
You know what the thing is? Tobey Maguire, for me, I liked him as Peter Parker. Garfield, Andrew Garfield, I liked him more as Spider-Man, right, in the Spider-Man costume and all that. But Tobey Maguire was,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Thank you. He was more, he had that nice balance of both. Plus when we started, he was actually an actual teenager at the time. He still got that youth of Spider-Man in high school where he started and everything. So he captured more of that whole youthful innocence that Spider-Man has, that naivety. He's in it. He's still finding himself. He's still learning. He's still the new guy, and that's how he's mostly seeing the comics. Like the new guy is not really up there with the big guys, but he has the potential to be there. But he's still grounded and with the people. You know, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
You see, when with Tobey Maguire, he was like the more older version, even though he still portrayed the character still in school, and then he slowly got out of school and was college and all that. I still always saw him as the older version of Spider-Man, the older version of Peter Parker, getting a job already and no longer in school. Andrew Garfield was completely different. He was a younger character.
I think it was more in the college days.
Yes. And look, I'll be honest with you, when they recast Spider-Man and actually stopped with Amazing Spider-Man 2, I don't think it was so bad. I know it got negative reviews, but I don't think it was so bad. I was really crushed when they killed Gwen Stacy off. Emma Stone, spoilers, but the movies have been out there for long.
But the comics kind of spoiled. Everybody who read the comics already knew what was going to happen to her anyway.
Yeah, but I loved the relationship.
I love
on screen. It was
Emma
awesome.
Stone.
Yeah.
Okay. And
both the redhead and blonde version.
Blonde version. Yeah. I think more than
Emma Stone though.
Emma Stone though.
Yeah.
But when Tom Holland was picked, and I saw, before you even got into the spider suit, before you even did anything on camera, I was skeptical. But I think he pulled it off. I think he does an amazing job.
Yeah, man.
Both as Spider-Man and Peter Parker, in my opinion. And his connection with the Marvel Universe was amazing, because he brought that whole young, first-timer, arrogant, cocky, attitude to the big screen, and it gelled well with everyone. It worked so well.
And now that you spoke about like how Sony wanted Spider-Man to stay with the MCU, I actually feel like they would have actually been open to actually bringing in Venom at some point.
Yeah.
Like they would have actually been okay with that.
Seeing that it's such a hot suit,
and they could have like. Plus, the way the Venom movie was, he was set in a different city over there on the other side in San Francisco, which actually gave it a nice opportunity to say that, that did happen in the MCU universe. It's just that we didn't address it. As of yet, and we could just bring it in at a later stage and reference it in later movies and just bridge that gap. Bring Tom Hardy in there, who I found was great.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was awesome.
And
it was a pretty cool, different version of Eddie Brock. Didn't know, but he made it work.
Yeah.
And Tom Hardy is an amazing actor, and just to pull off that whole, in control of your body and you got your, and you're like freaking out about it. That was the physical acting he did there, along with the emotional acting was
brilliant.
I think I really came to appreciate Tom Hardy as an actor with his role in Lawless.
Oh yeah.
Because Tom Hardy as Venom and Tom Hardy as Lawless Man, two totally different characters.
Yeah.
Even Mad Max, 3 different characters. Bane, 4 different characters.
He was Bane.
He was Bane.
Yeah.
That's Tom Hardy.
Oh, in the Batman, in the Dark Knight.
That one.
Yeah. But yeah, he did that voice was insane.
Yeah.
I want to quickly read what Sony said.
Yeah.
So it definitely came down to Kevin Feige having a lot on his plate and not being able to spend as much that time involved in the Sony film, which he had a lot to do with 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So this was still Sony's baby, and they were still doing the movies, but he had a lot of directive authority over the movies.
Yeah.
But so it was that, and also Disney wanted. Okay, so basically Sony had they had been getting a lot of the money for the movies, for the Sony movies, which makes sense because it is their property, and Disney was also fighting them on this, saying that we have the current deal, which worked for that time, but seeing that we've developed this camera and made him this character and made him who he is, we feel it's only fair that both sides benefit
Equally, I think.
Yeah, well,
Or a little bit more.
yeah. And
That's what I'm thinking is really the problem, is that Sony is making some money while they're not really making all the money more as much as they want.
Yeah.
I think that's really just boils. It all just
Because
boils
of
down
money.
to money.
Money,
At the end of the
money.
day. At the heart of most of these things, it's
Yes, most company directors and or studio directors will rather make a decent buck over a decent movie. And you know what? If the movie sucks, guess what? Reboot. Kill Uncle Ben again.
again, dude, give the guy a rest. Let him
No.
rest.
More money.
No,
More crying
so-
this time.
Sony was getting, I think actually Sony was
More anger.
more angst.
More hatred.
Sony was getting 100%.
More raw emotion.
brooding. Yes.
Sony was getting 100% of the profit, and Disney wanted equal.
Exactly.
They wanted 50-50.
Yeah.
And Sony said no, we better to go forward with this. We keep the current deal. And Disney said, well, we haven't got actually that much time, so we're gonna have to part ways. They actually said, Sony said after that this all happened. That's why I said it was shut down and it's official. Sony said we hope this might change in the future, but understand that we understand the many responsibilities that Disney has given Marvel Studio President Kevin Feige, including all their newly added Marvel properties, which is Eternals. And so, which does not allow him for time for any work on the IP that they own. So, that's what they said in the story.
Alright, so since they don't actually own Spider-Man, it's easier for them just to have them focus on what they do own and what they don't own. Now,
Well, and but money.
yeah,
The money.
That's
The money.
that. Okay.
Speaking about Spider-Man, and you guys mentioned Venom earlier on, so this really opens up doors for Sony to have these two characters cross over in their own movie. But we all know Venom 2 is definitely happening.
Yeah.
Because of the success of Venom, which I thought was a perfect adaptation of the comic.
Well, I like the Venom film, but I mean, they did an amazing job with how they made it, PG-13, but I do kind of still wish they would have gotten just R. Not like full-on gore or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just, just a little bit more, blood splashes here and there.
It coming off bodies.
Yeah.
But that did happen.
No, well, it was
It was one of those
more like a quick thing.
Yeah, it's
Change
like
the
you
camera.
see it's about to happen, and then the camera's like, okay, over there. Just as the head gets knocked. Yeah.
But so they obviously we saw at the end of Venom Woody Harrelson's character.
Yeah, Carnage.
And they actually he's confirmed to definitely be returning for Venom 2.
Yeah.
So that's I think what do you think of Woody Harrelson as Carnage?
I love Woody Harrelson as an actor. I mean, he's got some amazing roles, and the roles that specifically seeing him that I just remember, and just from that movie alone, I liked it because of him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of roles when it's like that, but for some reason I just feel like he's a bit old for the role, because I can imagine that could be someone not young, but like someone closer to Tom Hardy's age.
Not only that, but the string of comedies he's made or starred in
Yeah.
the past couple of years, are we really going to take him seriously as a villain?
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, a lot of people don't really remember him much for those comedies either.
Cheers.
Because there are people who remember him for, what was that?
Zombieland.
No. There's a, what's a Netflix thing, man? I think it's Netflix. Where he was with,
Not
Matthew
much.
McConaughey.
Oh, yes. I'm going to give you
The
that
name is here, I just can't remember it. He's got to remember for that TV show.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
and you also got to remember there was Hunger Games as well. He has a serious role.
Serious role, but
Yeah.
he was a comical character.
Not exactly, but
Half the
yeah,
time.
half the time it was that. And then
Where's the ice?
there's another film as well where he was pretty serious.
True Detective, yeah.
That's the
True Detective.
True Detective.
I mean, who has Netflix anymore?
The first season is really like the only season that's really good with it. You know, like the story. The other seasons were not completely lackluster. But
I personally think that Woody Harrelson's going to do an incredibly good
no,
job.
he will do incredible.
I
job.
don't
That's
doubt
good.
that.
I think he's got that
He's an
psycho
Yeah,
part of him that he can unlock.
yeah, I know. I just feel like it's not really a problem with him or anything. It's just age thing is what gets me.
Mm.
But I'm sure he'll do
But he's going to be
amazing job.
mostly in the suit.
And all that stuff. Yeah, stunt doubles and all that. But no, I'm sure he'll do an amazing job. You know, portraying the character. That's just age thing kind of.
Mm.
Yeah.
So everyone else will also be returning for their characters in Venom 2 as well.
Yeah.
That is also
Which is pretty cool. I just really hope that Sony can just go for that hard this time. But they probably just still stick to the PG-13 thing because the previous one was PG-13, and so people were expecting another PG-13 thing and take their kids to it.
Maybe, because I don't know how they would do Carnage in that.
Yeah,
with that. Doesn't make
they're
sense.
the ones who decided to start off with the PG-13 thing. So they kind
Yeah,
of
but they
locked
could
themselves
change
in.
it, although
But,
I don't think it would do it as well.
yeah, but that's just that.
Yeah.
And in other news,
Alright, so I think this is I think this is going to be the biggest news ever
yeah,
for you two, because I know how you guys love Star Wars.
yeah,
But Rey's dark side.
I would like to quote myself from earlier today. I would just like to say, earlier today I said, what was it last night? No.
pretty sure it was today.
Right?
If I think it's what
I said, I'm going to watch it anyway, but I'm not happy or excited about it. End quote.
then I said same.
Say. Now,
Whoa.
when you get a hold of a franchise and you milk it to death, that is what Disney has done with Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
And it shows, because I mean, I was excited for the Force Awakens, and it was a good movie. I know it was a recycled script, but at the same time, was it really?
Yeah,
Because all the Empire, now the First Order, did was they took a plan that definitely did work. A planet destroyer
that did work.
that did work twice.
And they ended up.
And they amped it up to a solar system destroyer, basically. So all they did was, well, you blew up our planet destroyer, we're going to blow up your planets.
Yeah.
We're going to show you how powerful we really are. We're going to come back full force times 10
And they did.
and put you on your knees. And that's what they did for about half an hour until the rebels destroyed everything.
They did.
Okay, so
Good will always prevail.
good will always prevail.
the light wars one.
Yeah. Look, man, with the Star Wars series, when, like I said, when the first wave begins, I was excited. You know, I was like, whoa, what's happening? We don't really know who are these characters, what are they going to do, what's going on. You know, we saw Finn for the first time. I was like, whoa, that's not a Jango Fett clone. What's going on? You know? And I liked the movies. The first one was great. And it was cool, you know? And then Last Jedi happened. And it shook me a little, I'll be honest. I mean, at first, I wasn't as against it as everybody else. Everybody came out like, oh, that movie's not that great, you know. But I watched it, I was like, I kind of enjoyed it. But then
I did kind of enjoy it too.
Yeah, but then upon re-watching it again, I was like, actually, you know.
I think we all did that. I think we
Yeah.
did that because, we all love Star Wars. You know, we just love the whole fantasy side of it.
Yeah.
And the characters. We love the characters, and especially because a lot of them came back. We love the idea of it. But then, and when we watched it, we were excited and we enjoyed it. And it was good CGI. I mean, they did some great things. With
Not
the movie.
only CGI, but actual
Acting.
puppets and
Yeah.
props.
Yeah.
They basically
And-
merged like the old, original trilogy with like the new technology. They
Yes.
just put it back together, made a nice blend of, where they needed CGI, they used it, where they needed puppets, they used that, which was great.
But then watching it again, we saw the flaws. And we saw
Yeah, I saw the flaws and
loopholes and plot
And I
holes.
gotta say, the thing that really got me was the Finn and Rose side quest.
Yeah.
I didn't really get into that side quest at all. It just seemed out of place. I didn't find much reason behind it. And in the end, it didn't really
The casino.
amount to anything. Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Why did you enjoy it? Ricky?
I just like seeing. I
Same
love
question.
seeing that side of the universe and those
Yeah,
characters,
no,
and
no, there's nothing wrong
I
with
enjoyed being taken away there. And that's what Star Wars is all about. It's not just always in space, seeing these ships destroy each other, but taking us to exotic locations, beautiful destinations, seeing chicks with 4 arms and guys with 2 heads, and all those guys. It's lovely. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed
nothing
it.
wrong with that, but how did it fit with the rest of the movie? It didn't really fit that much, and even what they were going for didn't even matter in the end.
Mm.
So it's like, what was the point then?
You know,
It made no point to the whole story. It added nothing. It did absolutely nothing. It was just a waste of time.
Mm.
It was like, why did you go there? It made no sense to me at all.
but I think that we can all agree that Star Wars is loved right throughout the world.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone enjoyed the entire series of movies, and
Even the
I
people
don't-
that didn't like it know about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think, coming from, if I was Disney and it belonged to me, this IP belonged to me, this property belonged to me, I don't think it's a bad decision at all to do more movies in that universe. But again, I think that they've tried and done too many of the same, and there could have been so many other things that they could have done, stories that they could have followed.
What?
And they just kept on doing the same thing. I mean, like this Ray at the end, with coming to. Although I've got a theory. I'll get into that later. But we've seen that. You understand? We've already seen that with Darth Vader, good becoming bad, giving into the dark side, light giving into the dark side. We've already seen that.
Now that you said that, I actually had a thought earlier, a little while after all this news came out, and my thought was, maybe Rey is just a reincarnation of Anakin.
But that's what they're aiming for. That's what they are going for.
I mean, think about it. Anakin was supposed to be the most powerful Jedi ever, right? And now we've got Rey here,
It was also supposed
who's
to.
just somehow as powerful, if not even more powerful than him. She actually is more powerful than him. And her origins is just, we don't know.
Well,
we don't know.
I mean,
Well-
Anakin was just, they say he was just, he was just there, right? She just found herself hey, you got a baby all of a sudden. So maybe the same thing with Ray. That's why our audience is so ambiguous. She just was there, you know, and just the force was like, hey, and you can come back, but not you're a girl. You're a girl, man. Hey.
Now when you cry, people won't judge you so much.
Yeah.
No, I think.
But I don't know. Maybe it was like a. Who knows? Maybe
Well, it
it's
could
just
be.
one of those dream sequence things. Because you know, Luke, when Yoda was testing Luke, he was sitting in some cave and he saw Darth Vader. You know, he attacked with a lightsaber, and it turns out it was him under the mask, and he freaked out. Maybe some sort of weird dream sequence thing like that. I was testing her
I
and
think.
stuff like that. But in The Last Jedi, she went straight to the dark side. And when Luke freaked out because she just went through it without any resistance whatsoever. So we don't know.
Look, I personally think that number one, they're going to address her origin in this movie. No doubt about it. Because I know that fans have been complaining about this from the very beginning, and it would be stupid not to address it because they've got one movie, got one shot, it's the final one. So, you know, let's address all these things that everyone has been complaining about. But I think personally that this is Rey's advantage. She is doing this to get to General Palpatine.
If he's still alive.
I think he's alive. And
How?
I think he's alive.
What was
Somehow.
he eating the entire time? What was he doing? What was he living off?
Look, there's theories
They'll
that
address
he,
that.
there's a theory that he is still alive,
Mm.
and there's a theory as well that Darth Vader's spirit, or Anakin Skywalker's spirit,
Which went to the Force in the end, remember?
yeah, but Disney, none of that matters.
Huh?
There's a theory, it's only a theory,
Yeah.
that his spirit is somehow linked with his old armor, specifically his
Or
helmet.
maybe it's like the bad juju
Oh,
parts of
okay.
him. That's not-
Yes, so apparently all of these theories are going to be addressed in the next movie
I hope so.
this December, and everybody will see how wrong they are.
We're gonna watch it,
We're gonna watch
all
it.
of us.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a podcast.
Probably-
on it.
probably watch it.
Immediately afterwards,
We're gonna have a podcast. We're
I'm
gonna
going to-
discuss it.
take the day off work, so that we must all take the day off work, so we can watch it early, watch it again, and then have a podcast about it.
Yes, have a debate, then watch it again, and then podcast about it. No, like I say, I stick with my theory. I believe that this is her way of getting behind enemy lines, if you want to say that.
So she's gonna pretend.
She's going to pretend. That's what I think. I think she's going to do that to finish this once and for all. Look, we know with Star Wars, they in every single trailer, they always give this one little piece of a clip away.
Yeah.
That shocks everyone. That everyone
Yes.
draws drop, and everyone thinks, but how? But how can this be?
But then
What-
again,
It's
why
like
they- you
it's
know,
like
they-
in The Last Jedi
Mm.
that you sent me the scene and you said, is Rey evil now?
Yeah,
Because there's fire behind her
Yeah.
and she's talking to Kylo Ren,
yeah.
but they made it look like they're having a conversation.
Yeah.
And there's fire behind him as well. And then I said to you, yes, but break it down. Look, the fire behind her is like burning trees or whatever, and the fire behind him is like an explosion in space.
blast,
or
yes.
so-
Yeah.
So, and then you were like, oh, you're right, thank you so much for your knowledge and wisdom and helping me.
I said thank you for your comments, but it's okay. I'm joking. No, but yeah, so I think that's them just trying to twist
Yeah, man.
this
They do it
and make
every
people
time.
think.
Like
They
you
do
said,
it
they
every
do
time.
it every time.
It's-
I
And,
think
and,
they
and
get
every
it.
time, it's the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what if this time
It's not.
it's not? And they're like, they will think it's the opposite. But she crazy. She got crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still.
2007.
I think the saber, the dual saber, the way that it linked.
That thing
I think
looked
that
cool.
That was awesome.
I'm not
Put
gonna
some blue lights on
lie.
that. I'm out of it. I enjoyed that. That was cool.
It's like a new spin on the dual saber.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Look, look. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm hoping that this movie blows us all away.
Yeah, me too.
I'm hoping because 1 and 2 of the trilogy, Rocky Start, had some people enjoyed it, some people didn't.
You know,
But I'm hoping that this. I mean, we all love the franchise. We love the franchise, and we would love to see it go in on a good note. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that they really address everything that people have been complaining about, and I hope that Rey is not evil, but that she whips all their asses, and and the dark side is finally done.
The dark side will never be
No,
done.
No, there's got to be a balance, dude.
There'll be like
silent.
there'll be a little bit of dark side, but it will be, every time it tries to do something, they'll just smack it on the nose.
Yeah.
And tell it to go back to its shadowy corner,
I gotta be honest, I just
where it
feel
will
like
sit and make horrible noises.
You know where there won't be a dark side? In the DC universe. Sorry guys.
so. What I just feel like is that the Star Wars films could have benefited from it.
Yes.
You know, like what you were saying with like, you know, for DC.
Yeah, I was
excited.
excited.
Like just have, you know, one director on these films do
Which
the-
Individual movies.
the one who started it.
JJ? No.
Was anybody who starts it just continues on.
I feel
all
like
the way.
J.J. Abrams would have done a better job
I was
Yeah.
going to say that
of
now.
The Force Awakens. Next movie, The Last
Yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like you
I
had him at
I
that
also
time.
think so.
He built,
doing the
he
Star
built a solid foundation.
Yeah.
Then the next director, whose name escapes me now, who will pop up on the screen here,
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson, built a crappy house on it. With like dead ends and trapdoors
And holes in the ground.
and holes in the ground and
And
like
now
electrical outlets that
Yeah.
aren't properly certified or whatever. And
JJ's back.
now JJ is back,
He's
like
picking up the pieces.
Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Remember that show?
I gotta
The
find a picture of that now.
The references.
Put it here.
Put it here. You know, he comes in like Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Tries to
And
fix something.
he's gonna try. And I know on that show they usually got it right.
Yeah.
It's true.
So let's see if he can do a home makeover on Star Wars.
Yeah, but like as you know, like what Shinwashi said, like with the DC thing, you just had one director for these films. In the main Star Wars films, just had JJ on them, and then you know, like the others, just the Star Wars story stuff, you have directors for that. You know, like Rogue One, we had that director there. You have a sequel that obviously not with the same crew, but like the Rogue One name carried on.
They can't
Well, I
have the
mean,
same
I
group as
can't-
the
That's
whole
what you're
thing.
saying. But like, you know what I'm saying? And then you had, you know,
What I
some
can't
movies
understand
the
is
same thing. It's Disney. They could have just done the Marvel thing, but with the Star Wars thing, basically. Just have a guy, like their own Kevin Feige, someone else, to, you know, direct the whole thing, create the vision of where they need to go, and then
what
Just
I
do that.
can't understand is this. This blows my mind. Is that you've got a studio, you've got a director that comes, approaches the studio and says, "Well, this is my idea. This is my storyline for this trilogy."
Yeah.
Does he only give them one movie out of the trilogy? Does he give them all 3 movies?
That's
Does
the
he?
cool.
Because I mean, if he gives them all 3 movies, why get another director?
Yeah. 'cause
Why get another director? I mean, do they make one movie, then first see how it's received, and then go according to that story, or do they want to just change? I mean, surely if like for instance J.J. Abrams, he came and said, "This is my trilogy. This is where I see the movie going," and they agreed on it. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him finish it. Let him put to screen what he envisioned, and they don't do that. They changed it. They changed it like they did with DC. So
Yeah. It was a weird move for me because when I first heard that, you know, Ryan Johnson was gonna do the sequel, I was like, what?
yeah.
And then he came out and saying he's changing certain things and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be terrible.
Well, it's gonna be terrible.
Because JJ already set out certain things in, you know, Force Awakens. that everyone's expecting to get, not resolved, but get more answers for in The Last Jedi, And then we didn't get much answers from that, we just got more questions.
More questions,
And it's like, Ryan Johnson, you're supposed to give us answers, as I heard, he even had like the actual notes that JJ had, or what he was going to do and how he was going to answer certain things and stuff like that, and basically wrote most of it.
He had a cheat sheet.
Yeah, everything was already there.
Yeah.
He know most of it, that stuff. And also I also like, Mark Hamill was saying like the stuff that, he didn't actually agree with what they were doing with Luke either. And Mark Hamill has come up plenty of times saying that that's not what he wanted to do, but he went along with it because he's the actor and he has to do what,
He said that
his job was.
that Luke was not the Luke he played all those years ago.
Yeah.
Long story short.
You see, I mean, if you got Star Wars that have got, they've got a huge fan base. Huge. We've got guys that they've got websites that they've designed themselves on the entire story. They follow everything, every single detail. It's almost like, I would say, a religion to some people.
Yeah, it's one
Star Wars and Star Trek. And when you go and you reignite that franchise, then you need to make sure that you have no plot holes.
Yeah.
That you have no dead ends, that you answer questions, that are going to be asked. And you respect the story.
Yeah.
You understand? They should have known that going forward. They should have known what they were getting themselves into. So, but I really believe that this movie is going to blow people away.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make up for the first and second.
Okay.
And we're going to get all our answers, and it's going to end it off, and we're going to be satisfied. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, we all did. But it's just like, the Star Wars franchise has run since the 70s.
1977.
Yeah. You got fans from back then. And now you're not really showing much respect for them. Because they're the guys who are guaranteed to come and watch your movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I get trying to get new audiences, but don't focus too much on that. First thing is okay, is it gonna make the original fans happy? Check. Okay. Now just add little bits and pieces here for other people to come in oh, okay. But most these days, when you hear about these companies and stuff that do something like this, they always talking about bringing in more people. That's their focus, bringing in more people. It's that's fine, but you gotta take care of the people who are already
there before.
There. They're the ones who are supporting you. They're the reason why you're that big in the first place.
Case in point, when The Force Awakens came out, it was highly anticipated that it was going to overtake Titanic and Avatar, and I know I always go back to that, but it's true. Right now it's currently the 4th most grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
And it's for a reason. It was the first new Star Wars in 10 years since episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you had original trilogy fans, you had new trilogy fans, you had Clone Wars fans, you had all of these people.
Huge fan base.
You had a huge fan base coming to see this new creation.
Yeah.
Now, if I can just give you an idea. Now, The Last Jedi did well. It did well, okay?
Yeah.
But the fact that it is in 13th place right now shows that the audience who were disappointed with The Force Awakens probably did not go back in the droves that they did
No, obviously not.
to see this next movie. And I mean, before that, I mean, we had other Star Wars movies come out in the meantime. I think it was just Rogue One.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close.
When was Solo?
It was after.
Solo was
Force Awakens.
after.
Yeah.
And Solo and the one I just mentioned, Rogue One, don't even make a dent in the list.
Yeah.
And Solo was one of the worst performing ones.
Yeah, it
Solo was a major letdown.
Yeah. It was huge. I mean, Rogue One was great. I
love
that was a great
Rogue
movie.
One.
Especially that nice little scene towards the end.
I love
Vader.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Dun, dun,
You know,
dun.
First you just get that silence.
Ah, man.
You get that silence, and then you just hear the lightsaber go off,
And
and his breath. Oh,
the fact
He's got such a presence.
Dude,
that scene was
that
not
scene
planned.
showed you exactly why Darth Vader is so feared.
Yes, and so loved as a character of that time.
Yeah.
And that scene was not planned.
Yeah.
That scene, I think they needed something to fit in with this moment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they had about 12 hours of shooting time left
Crazy.
to do this. And the improvising they had to do,
I mean, it was
They-
amazing.
they had to figure out that red lighting, the smoke,
Yeah.
the corridor. They had 12 hours to do this. I stand under correction. But, I mean, they did it and they wrote it.
And that
You can gladly criticize that in the comments below. Beyond is 100%
Subscribe!
that's like,
Where's the like button, you know?
if nothing in that film got you, that scene had to be the one that got you, dude. That whole
No,
scene.
it was an awesome movie.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
I mean, you can
enjoyed it.
see-
I love the characters.
You can see the fear in the rebels as they were running for
Yeah.
him. That guy was like, open up doors. Like, no, just take it, just take it. You know, it's just like, yeah, whatever. But it was an amazing scene. I loved it. I just kind of feel like I said, you know, they just had someone who I would say was a fan of Star Wars mostly. You know, who knew the Star Wars lore, who appreciated the Star Wars lore, and like he said, okay, we're gonna create a new storyline with these new characters and go on a new adventure with them and just plot it all out. Okay, this is how we're gonna start. Here's what we're going to resolve it in the end, and just create that journey for all of us. And then you know,
Look,
have all these side stories directed by other people, and basically what Marvel is.
when they had cast pictures released all over social media, way before Force Awakens, and everyone was there.
Yeah.
And J.J. Abrams was, I think it was like in a circle, everyone was sitting in a circle, and he was still holding, he was telling them story, maybe the story, script, or whatever the case is. But when we saw characters both old and new, it was such an excitement. And what I had thought that the older characters were going to do, or play a part in this next trilogy, was going to be more of a mental role.
And like
And let the new characters do what they need to do, and let them take over the franchise and move forward with it.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but don't kill off everyone. Don't just kill people left, right, and center. You understand? Like, give them also a happy ending. I enjoy happy endings. I've always enjoyed happy endings in the movie.
What
You know, like the whole Tony Stark thing we'll get into later.
Well,
I enjoy seeing people alive.
if you think about it, though, they were not meant to have a good ending.
Yeah.
The Rogue One crew.
No, I'm talking about like Han Solo, who died,
Oh,
and
Okay,
you know,
sorry.
and Luke Skywalker, who didn't necessarily die,
Ascended.
was
Ascended
yeah
to a
taken
higher
into
plane.
the Force, taken into the Force.
But you know,
I think that I would have liked to see them in some capacity going forward. Like I said, it was Tony Stark with the MCU. But anyway, killing people is more fun. Everyone enjoys people that die in movies. I don't know.
nah, it's just the Star Wars ones. I don't know, man. I don't know. I trust that J.J. Abrams will give us a good film.
He surely has been listening.
Okay, But look, I'm not particularly excited or anything, but I am gonna go watch the film. You know, I mean, I already said a date with you like months ago, like, hey, we're gonna watch this film together. So I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna enjoy it. I mean, the first teaser trailer that I saw, it really got me excited. And like, okay, J.J. Abrams is back, and he's working on fixing everything. So I was like, yeah, just on the fact that he's back, and I want to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see how he's gonna fix it, how he's gonna make sure everything's answered. You know, it needs to be answered, and you know, hopefully, maybe he's gonna set up for future films. I think he's gonna do that, and I just hope he does a good job. And I feel like he will, but I'm just not getting my hopes up just yet.
I'm getting my hopes up.
So
I'm going all in. I'm going with expectations, high expectations, because I've got a feeling they just can't get it wrong. They've heard everything. They've heard the outcries from people. I mean, even petitions out. Surely, they are putting death to all that, and they're going to deliver. I know they're going to deliver.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And
talking about new franchises coming back from the dead. Matrix 4. So there's always been speculation that there was going, well, obviously due to the success of the Matrix franchise, there was always speculation that they would come back in some kind of way.
The Matrix franchise is a cult classic.
Well, number 1, 2 and 3 wasn't well delivered. Wasn't well received storyline, but still great, still good. I mean, it was just a little bit not so well received.
The second one was
okay.
The third one was something.
Yeah, but
I don't know what to say, but it was something.
Because of that, they
need
were.
to rewatch the Matrix trilogy.
Look, the first one is always the best one when it comes to the Matrix.
Obviously,
I mean, if you think about John Wick as well, the first one was also.
I enjoyed all John Wicks. Yeah. No, I enjoyed all the John Wicks.
Can I just say?
Is this a debate? Is
that's
this
the
the
first
debate time story?
You know what?
quick insert. John Wick, Chapter 1, had a great story.
Yeah.
Great story, lots of action.
Nice.
Keanu Reeves, dogs.
There's still dogs in number 3.
But number 2 gradually.
It expanded the world a little bit.
Exactly.
Number 2 was
Introducing
more
characters.
about the action. Number 3 was more about the action. It was.
It's always been about the action.
No, like
so good.
but
No, I get what you're saying.
I think they were.
the first one was so good. I don't think.
There should have been a follow-up.
No, I don't mind that there was a follow-up. It's just that
was so self-contained.
they couldn't keep up. The story, like number 1's story, in a way could have been a complete movie.
It was.
It was, okay, but
Yeah.
but did they need to follow up?
Well, I think that whole universe of assassins and hitmen and hitwomen and all that, I think it had such a lure about it, a law about it. It lured me in, and I wanted to see that expanded. I wanted to see that more.
No.
I wanted to see the hotel. I wanted to see the high table. I wanted to see newer characters all introduced into this, and because they were only mentioned in number 1 that this world was existing, I wanted to see that happening.
It's the expanded world of assassins is. The deeper you go, the scarier it gets. Though, like you see all of these, like literally, they are bosses. They talk about the high table, but it's like, this is a figure of speech because these people never really ever meet at some table somewhere. They just have reigning authority over the assassin world and the codes of conduct that they have, and when they talk about rules that cannot be broken, they literally mean like don't even try, don't even think about it.
Yeah,
you will disappear.
because that's what separates us from the animals. No, I really I enjoyed 1, 2, and 3. I think the story. I think the story was in all 3 of the movies. Oh, yes, number 1 was more so, and number 2 and 3 was more action. But to be honest with you, I enjoyed the action. I wanted to see more action, and the fighting sequences, the fighting style.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more and more of that. But
We do, and we will in another podcast.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
But okay, well,
Yeah.
there was speculation always that Matrix would come back, whether it be a reboot, but they were.
Or the story goes on.
Yeah, they were writing that off. It was actually more that they were thinking that there was going to be a reboot.
Yeah.
Completely new reboot. Actually, Michael B. Jordan, the guy that plays.
Pick a good movie, not the crappy one.
No, Creed. And
Yeah.
good movie. So, and brilliant movie. The reboot of Fantastic Four. So he was the
I said that so you can stay away from that.
So he was on fire.
Yeah.
His whole that whole role. He was hot. He was hot. But
man, they wasted that cost, man.
they wasted the whole movie. They wasted the whole story. But anyway, so there's not going to be a reboot. In fact, there will be a Matrix 4. In fact, it will be a direct sequel to number 3. And in fact, Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss
are reprising their roles.
And we know that this was obvious because Keanu Reeves is also, everyone wants him. Games want him. Movies want him. He's the money maker.
Breathtaking.
He's breathtaking. And Bill and Ted 3 even wanted him. Okay, go.
I just wanna
Go back to Fantastic Four.
No. I just wanna go back to the Matrix 3 for a second. And here's my confusion I was talking with. There's the singular fact that towards the end,
He was a
Trinity
battery.
dies.
Yeah, and he becomes a battery.
And Kelly, Neo.
He becomes an image on the battery.
Yeah. Well, he actually dies.
Oh, they use him for in it. They use him.
He's dead, dude.
He's the light source or power source.
So, how did the characters come back? Especially Trinity.
No idea.
Because she got impaled
Because she did.
multiple times. I mean,
She
she's
did.
confirmed.
Although
Well,
she did,
She's Trinity.
she did come back from the dead once before.
In
The Matrix.
Okay.
But what if?
She died.
What if that
in the
is the
real
Matrix?
world.
What if there were 2 Matrixes?
Oh, it's not that theory, man.
What if?
Yes,
What?
a virtual server.
Oh, wow.
What if there was the cloud? And now they're in this. There was
The
a
cloud
server.
before the cloud was a thing. And there are other
How far
servers.
does this rabbit hole go?
There are other
Where's the real
servers.
world anymore?
Do you really want
Where
to know?
is it?
There's a
Where
red
is it?
pill and there's a blue pill.
Oh,
Well, I believe. Okay, well, they're definitely coming back.
And there's a blockchain.
They're definitely coming back.
yeah.
But like I was saying,
It's a very System 5 thing happening here.
Bill and Ted actually finished. When you guys see this, Bill and Ted finished. Bill and Ted 3.
You finished filming?
They wrapped it up. What is it? Something to do with music. Something to Bill and Ted 3, something music.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they came back for that because they know that Keanu Reeves is making good money, and everyone wants to see this guy, no matter what movie, no matter what movie it is, and that's why they're bringing back movies. So this was a no-brainer to bring back the
Man,
Matrix.
John Wick really revived his career, didn't it? Yeah. Anyway. But, dude, still, man, those two are R.I.P., man. So I don't know what resurrection tools they're giving these people, but they are R.I.P.
Backups.
Well, they better explain it, and they better explain it in a way that's satisfactory. Because this is just. Oh.
Maybe she was carried off.
Dude, she got impaled. Did you not see those poles?
Dude,
through
these
her?
guys created an entire world and used us as batteries. You don't think they could?
It's the real world.
They
Okay?
could fix
When you
it
get
up.
impaled in the real world.
What if they took her brain and put it in a machine? You know, she could still be good looking in the Matrix. She'd just be a brain in real life, but you know, Neo could always visit her in the Matrix.
Yeah. This is VR chat before VR chat. This is the Matrix before the Matrix. This is.
Look, there's no doubt about it, that was the real world, but I hope that they show less Zion and more Matrix. I love the Matrix.
And
I
Zion
love
was
everything
weird.
about the Matrix. Zion was a whole lot of hippie guys dancing.
Zion was weird.
Zion
Zion was
with
weird.
sweat and drums. But like,
Yeah.
I liked that Zion was there because obviously it was all for to save Zion, but I wanted to see more Matrix. I want to see more Matrix going forward. So I think this is not necessarily a bad thing.
Carrie Ann
It's got a
Moss
good story.
Yeah.
She's coming back.
Yeah.
Who's coming back?
Carrie Ann Moss.
Trinity, dude. Trinity. Alright, then there's another movie that's coming back. But this time it's a reboot, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yes, I have heard of this
Yeah.
game.
And it is going to be R-rated and feature fatalities.
Wait,
There was fatalities to some degree.
is this a movie?
The movie.
No,
the
movie.
Yeah.
Right, like those 90s movies?
No, like Mortal Kombat 1 or Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But that was crap. That was crap. Although, come on, guys.
There was one that I
Mortal Kombat
really.
1.
There was one movie.
Did you like
that-
one of the
Look,
robots?
the first one, you know, the
Where there was
first one,
Cyrex in it.
the first one was bad.
Because that was Annihilation. He turns into a dragon at the end.
Can't remember, but a childhood
Yeah,
version
Nightwolf
of
was in it.
But terrible.
a childhood version of me.
I think you're thinking of Mortal Kombat 1 when they're on the island, Dragon takes into the island.
and it's
and
like
then-
a competition.
Yes, it's competition.
Yes,
That's
that's what I'm
And
thinking
then-
of.
Johnny Cage does a
Like child.
ball punch to Goro. No, it's called ball punch. What is it?
That was the whole thing.
It's a whole
It
bunch.
was pretty cool.
So, child Bjorn really enjoyed that movie
Yeah,
and watched it on VHS.
I thought it was brilliant.
Any
I
chance
loved
he
it.
got.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So they rebooting that. They've already cast Liu Kang, Jax, and Raiden, and they just casted Sonya and Kano.
That's cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be quite good.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the news, man. There's a whole lot more, but we don't have that much time. So
Because what are we doing afterwards, do you know?
no, stop it. So
What movie
I-
are we watching after this?
A
Still
funny
cool?
movie, a really funny.
It's a movie about clowns. So I know he's going to enjoy it.
Can we just wrap this up already?
I wonder what it
Could be.
could be. What it is called.
What could it possibly be?
We're gonna have some reactions. I'm gonna be recording some reactions for you all to see in the next podcast. Because our glorious host hates. He's got a clown phobia. What is that called? Clown phobia. Joke about. Clown phobia.
Yeah, so we're doing this live.
Yeah, we're gonna see this.
Yeah.
Just it shows me a picture of Dino.
Yeah. I don't know.
Calrophobia. What? Calrophobia. Calrophobia.
Chorophobia.
Calrophobia. Fear of clowns. So we're gonna be watching it after this. So that's why.
That's scary.
I think there's the news we're gonna do. The rest of the news we'll tackle next time. It's quite a few gaming news, and then obviously D23 Disney.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
big.
Yeah, so that's the news for this episode. I have been Unreal Dean, and he has been
Sen Washi.
And I have been Storm Cool.
No segues today. Later days.
Okay, so now we have to do the copying thing again,
Yeah.
which takes like an hour.
Yeah, but we're gonna watch a movie. So you can do that. Dude, did you bring the stick?
Aw. If
We're gonna be
you-
here forever anyway. So you can just copy there.
I do have this thing. I don't have this thing.
Just do I have this?
Just press yeah, stop.